up, Bug Brigade? Woo! What's up, Bug Brigade? What's up, Bug Brigade? It's good to be back. I'm here with another heater of a video. We're gonna break down the top 10 cards of the Sword and Shield era. Let's get right into it. Oh man, there's gotta be a better way to start a YouTube video than the classic high energy intro. I think I got just the thing. Our dear Pokemon Father Arceus, we come to you with gratitude in our hearts for the many hundreds of whimsical creatures that you have so graciously brought into our life and blessed us with childlike happiness through our adult years and long into the next life. We ask you now that we will have all of your spirit and helping us pull the spiciest of our brothers and sisters in the name of Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. Amen. Okay, I really feel that actually. That really sets the tone. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? This week, I got a top 10 video for the ages. We're gonna be counting down Bugcatcher's top 10 cards of the Sword and Shield era up to this point, which is the Fusion Strike set release. However, we're not gonna include promo cards. That's the one big caveat. These are all gonna be cards that you had to pull from a pack. There are no right answers. I by no means am any sort of authority on Pokemon cards. I could never represent your taste and interests. Let's break down my grading criteria. I'll be grading and ranking each of these cards based on 4 criteria. The first is creativity. We're just looking for something that really expresses the character attributes or personality of the Pokemon or puts it in a unique setting that we haven't seen before. Second is uniqueness. How much does the card stand out when compared to its contemporaries or the other cards released in the era? You're gonna see a lot of alternate arts here. Then the third, value, and I'm taking into account predictive value for the future because there is a lot of like momentary hype and swing, especially when sets are first released, and we're still kind of in that period for a lot of these more recent sets like Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike. I'm basing this off of solely my own brain power, spending hours and hours scouring TCG, older sets, and just looking at some of those trends that I've seen. So once again, this won't be a perfect estimate, but I'll be showing you at least what the raw card value is right now for each of these cards, and then talking a bit about where I think that price might go. And then the last one, significance. We know not all Pokemon are created equal. Come on, guys and gals. We know that Charizard gets way more love than Caterpie, much to my dismay. We have to take that into account. Without further ado, number 10, we have Fusion Strike's Breakdancing Genesect V. What a card. This card was illustrated by Akira Tomoyama, and I love what Akira did with this card. Truly a unique and creative interpretation of Genesect. As you can see, it's got kind of like a late 80s, early 90s vibe with the boombox down in the bottom left corner, the breakdancing. There's a Smeargle just chilling in the back. I imagine vibing. These two are roommates at college. I just think this is a fun card. It really shows you how many possibilities there are with Pokemon. You wouldn't have necessarily thought of Genesect as a breakdancer, but now we know. So now that's a part of its whole character arc, right? Breaking down the score on this, we have an 8 for creativity, very high creativity on this one, 8 for uniqueness. I've never really seen a card quite like this. I like that there's a friend involved. Value, it's going to be lower, a 3. This card raw value right now is 35 bucks, but it's never going to be valued to the degree that like a really unique Pikachu or Charizard or Umbreon is. And significance, 5 because of that. I mean, Genesect isn't nothing. They have a prominent part in one of the movies that Pokemon made. Great card. Number 10, Genesect from Fusion Strike. Number 9, Celebrations Charizard. You might have expected to see this higher up the list, but let's break it down based on Bugcatcher criteria. Creativity, 4. We've seen this card before. We've seen it a number of times. It's the original card. Wonderful creation from back in the 90s. It's nothing new to us at this point. It holds a huge nostalgic value and something that we all remember. The main creative element here is that they gave it a new texture on the holofoil. That's really the only thing that's changed other than the stamp. We gotta grade it lower on that. Uniqueness, same thing. There's a lot of cards that have the same style, and that's mostly due to the fact that Mitsuhiro Mitsuhiro Arita has designed so many cards for Pokemon. I mean, truly one of the GOAT illustrators in the TCG, and I love so much of Arita's work. What a talented artist. Value, pretty high. Right now, between $70 and $100 for the raw card of this. You know that this card is going to be highly collectible. Significance, it's a 9. It's your big Charizard boy. Very significant Pokemon. I mean, there's controversy around it. Should Charizard be so significant? But it's just hard to shake that initial wave and hype and nostalgia that was created when Pokemon first released. We're always going to remember it. And Charizard is going to be the lightning rod where much of our excitement is attached when it comes to Pokemon. So that's number 9. Let's go number 8. Ooh, an interesting one. A bit of a spooky one, you might say. You might not have expected to see this guy here, but it should be. This is straight up Batman in Gotham City fighting crime, jumping rooftop to rooftop and visiting small boys in fire escape balconies. That's what Noivern is doing here. I know very little about this Pokemon. I just know that Mitsuhiro Arita, who had designed our last card we just talked about, designed this one and did a full recreation of like a Batman Gotham City landscape, characterscape. And I think it's amazing. I think it's brilliant. It's really iconic to me. It's not worth that much. So on our scale here, high on creativity and uniqueness, low on value, low on significance. It's not like Noivern is one of the top 10 most popular Pokemon, but I just think this card deserves its flowers. And you can find this in Evolving Skies, which was released earlier this year in August. You could go to eBay and pick this up for $30, maybe $20. Let's move on to number 7. Another homage to kind of pop culture, and this is the Roadrunner Zapdos. That's what I'm calling it. And this was illustrated by Akira Komoyama, which you'll recognize from the Breakdancing Genesect. Here we have their second card on my list. So this is an artist I'm becoming quite fond of. And if you're wanting to reference some of their older work, this is only the 3rd full art commission that they've had, but they did design a pretty iconic card from Sun and Moon era, which was the alternate art Blastoise and Piplup. Zapdos is road running his way. He's got even a smoke trail in the back. This has to be an homage to the classic cartoon Roadrunner. He's in a desert environment a la Arizona or southern Utah and running up rocks with that classic kind of foot spread. Here's a picture of Roadrunner for reference. And I like that they took the Galarian Zapdos and did something really unique and creative with it. Its value is $50 raw right now. Give it creativity 9, uniqueness 8, value 6, significant 6. Zapdos is a legendary bird from the first generation of Pokemon. It's a fairly significant Pokemon. Next, we have number 6, Galarian Slowking V. Why, you might ask, do I have this on my list? And the answer is fairly simple. Komiya Artworks. I'm a sucker for them. Their art is super unique. So you'll see creativity and uniqueness are very high on this one. First of all, you have a Slowking just chilling by the creek. There's some sort of weird letters or formation floating down the creek. Almost looks like unknown. Slowking has his arms folded or crossed like he's hatching some sort of grand master plan and some sort of weird facial expression that I can't really decipher. Mostly the colors and the surrealist background and landscape are what interests me about this card. The art of Komiya is instantly recognizable. You may have seen some of their other cards like this Eevee Snorlax tag team, or this Onyx, which is one of my favorite cards of all time, or this Wailmer card, which is bonkers to me, and I think just underrated some of the really unique and artistic styles that Komiya puts on these Pokemon cards. Anytime Komiya comes out with a full art or alternate art card, sign me up, buddy. I want everything to do with it. So this totals a 30 on scale. Its value right now, you can find the raw card for $40, not too expensive. If this is a card that interests you, you can pick it up. I was fortunate enough to pull this from a pack, and I was pumped when I did it. Chilling Reign is a great set. The last 2 cards that we've featured have been from Chilling Reigns. Next, we have Battle Styles, our first and only entry from the Battle Styles set, which was released March 19th, 2021. And this is the Sleepy Tyranitar. This was by far the highlight and chase from Battle Styles. There are some cool Urshifu alternate arts in that set as well, but nothing really compares to this playful, creative interpretation of Tyranitar, which is typically a fierce Godzilla-like creature, but now just sleeping, taking a snooze, a a slumber, a Thanksgiving Day nap under a tree. After feasting upon all of this food that you can see, there are many plates. How many plates? You also have a tepig, is that what that is in the background sitting by the tree? So it's good to know that Tyranitar has been dining with friends. We wouldn't want him always alone and scaring away other Pokemon friendlies. This was designed by Hayao Gonosuke, and it is their first alternate or full art treatment. Let's see more from you, Hayao Gonosuke. I'm loving this card so much. Creativity 10, uniqueness 9, value 7. It's worth between $70 and $100. That has fluctuated a little bit. In the PSA 10, this is going to be a very valuable card. Tyranitar is an extremely popular Pokemon. I think one of the pseudo legends. I love Tyranitar. I think this is one of the best Tyranitar cards I've seen. Number 4, we have the Street Fighter Giant Blaziken VMAX. What more needs to be said? This is designed by Shigenori Negishi, and it is their first full art commission card from Pokemon. Once again, hope to see more. Another entry from Chilling Reign. So you can see I'm pretty fond of the Chilling Reign set, and the more that I've looked back on it, I think the better it gets. There's some other cards that didn't even make the list that are pretty awesome in that set. This card has some very unique perspective. It's actually quite difficult to tell if Blaziken is in front of this building or behind it because of the really intense outlining that is being done there. You never forget this card. Once you've seen it, you never forget it. It's very unique looking. I don't know why Blaziken and Inteleon have kind of a beef here. I hope they can get it resolved without violence. However, it's not looking like that's the way this is going to play out. So hopefully they're all okay. This really references to me like some of the combat like Tekken Street Fighter games, and I looked up some of the other cards that Shigenori Negishi has created, and you'll notice two of the more iconic ones are these mountaintop or hilltop Hitmonchan treatments, which also have kind of a Street Fighter vibe to them. Total score 36. Really the only thing that can be said here as to why not higher is the significance of Blaziken maybe doesn't quite compare with some of the other Pokemon that we're going to get to, but high value, worth over 100, high creativity, high uniqueness. Great card. Next we have the Rainbow Rare Secret Pikachu VMAX, which you guys know. I know it. You know it. We all know it. The chunky chew, the chunky boy, the fat chew, the Pika body yaddy 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 yaddy. This is just a big fat Pikachu. I don't know what else to say. I mean, people just love cute things that are fat, and this delivers. It's got rainbow art treatment. I had to knock it for creativity and uniqueness on that one. More uniqueness, I mean, still creative to make a Pikachu so fat and have kind of an awesome lightning bolt tail. But uniqueness, you're going to see a lot of other rainbow treatments, or all the rainbow treatments in Sword and Shield are VMAX, so they're bigger versions of Pokemon. So this isn't the most unique card you're going to find. High on value, it's between $180 and $200 raw, and it was more than that at one point, and this will go up eventually. High in significance, it's Pikachu. Pikachu is the most significant Pokemon, hands down. I mean, Charizard might be a close second. It's debatable, but Pikachu is extremely significant. So 37 score here. Amazing card to add to your collection, and one of the cards I think you really need to have if you collected Sword and Shield, if you've been collecting through this era. Find a way to get it. It doesn't have to be a PSA 10. Grab a PSA 8. I think you could probably find one of those for $100 or less, but what a wonderful card. Next we have the Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies, released August 27th 2021. This is by Kiichiro Ito, and I think the highlight here is the Hogwarts style landscape and the fact that Umbreon is kind of pawing at the moon. This is a beautiful card. The colors are amazing. Umbreon has kind of a pink underglow, back glow. This is a high value card, the highest value card from Evolving Skies. It's worth $180 raw, and it's come down. I mean, it was worth almost $250 or $300 when the set first released. This card, Umbreon, is a winner. If you collect Umbreon cards, you know, like, these values of Umbreon cards increase over time. Umbreon's in the top 10 most popular Pokemon. It's the most popular evolution, and everyone seems to love this Pokemon. It's incredibly cute, but it also is like kind of fierce and just a dope Pokemon. So I give it 10 creativity, 9 uniqueness, 10 value, 9 significance. It might not be as significant as Pikachu or Charizard, but it's right there, that next tier. So my number one card, it's Gengar VMAX that was just released from Fusion Strike on November 12th, 2021. This is the chase card from Fusion Strike, illustrated by Sao Sao, their first full art card. And It is a beauty. They also designed an Espeon V full art card in this same set. So I can't tell you if this was the first one that they designed, but their first opportunity to really put their craft on display, and I think it's unforgettable. Gengar is just sucking in the universe, and the cherry on top is the fact that Gengar's uvula and throat form this black void that is the same shape as the dark energy, of which this card is a dark type card. When you see creativity like that, you kind of just gotta like bow and respect it, because it's an awesome looking card, but it has that whoa element. It's almost like a magic trick, and I love that. This card gives me a 10 creativity, 10 uniqueness, 9 on value. It's worth around $100 raw. Not quite as expensive as some of the other cards on the list. That could go up though. And then significance, I gave it a 10. You could argue Umbreon deserves a 10 if I'm giving Gengar a 10 here. There's just something about Gengar. He's mischievous but playful. He's fun. He's whimsical. He's cheerful. He's devious. He's all of those things in just an unforgettable shape. A lot of the Gengar cards of past have become extremely valuable collector cards. I expect this one to do the exact same. If you can get your hands on some Fusion Strike and pull this, I applaud you, friend. I have not been so lucky yet, and I might just have to pick this one up raw on eBay. But this is number 1 on my list. Tell me, do you agree with the list or not? Are there cards that you feel like I'm way out of line? What are some cards I missed? I should give like a shout out to some of the ones that didn't make the cut. I considered a ton for this list, and I really had to cut out some that deserve to make it, honestly. Here are a few honorable mentions. Rayquaza VMAX, beautiful alternate art. The Galarian Rapidash Unicorn V alternate art. Bunch of Charizards here. I didn't want to just have a list full of Charizards though. The Golurk V alternate art is a really beautiful landscape card. Dragonite V alternate art. Rayquaza, the Amazing Rares. I thought about putting one of those on the list, since that is a very unique artistic treatment that seems to have come and gone. There are tons of cards I like from Sword and Shield era. This is an impossible list to make. Thanks for tuning into this top 10 list. I'll be back with more content and lists like this if you guys like that kind of stuff. I hope you found this interesting, and we will talk to you later, Bug Brigade.
Pull the shiny Charizard, I'm feeling so alive, yeah. I am like a legend.